Okay, so we're off to a good start today in that Streamlabs here to have updated their mobile app. Means I can't find how to do the remote control anymore, which is really not helpful. So yeah, you may have to suffer some more endless abyss of Streamlabs a bit today, because everything's moved and I don't know where anything is anymore, which is very irritating. Like, there was this lovely little button that just said remote control. Bring everything off my phone. Nope. Gone now. Thanks, Streamlabs. Bear with me like 2 minutes. No? Cool. Alright, well, I give up. Hi guys, welcome to the stream. We're off to a good start today. Hello Kiatric, hello Techbox North, welcome guys. Glad to have you here. I'm going to be doing stuff with JSON files today. I know I've said this before, but yeah, it's actually going to be a thing. Because the lovely Kiatric has given me a simple example file to get my head around, and I've been adapting it to suit my own needs. And we're going to take a look at that. Streamlabs, everything works. Let's change it. Yeah, that's basically it. So yes, please excuse me for a moment while you have some Streamlabs Abyss, and we'll switch up to... Yeah, I'm even looking at, like, how do I do this, but there's nothing there. So, well, hey, never mind. Right. Turn that down a little bit as well. That'll do. And put on some dev tunes. Okay, so yeah. I'll start with the actual file that Kiatra gave me, just to kind of give you an idea of what I started with. Because ultimately, I mean, we've already got in my game, we have the array system for the player to read signs. Great, works lovely. I was having a bit of a problem even, trying to make a similar system work for an NPC that might have multiple options. So I thought I'd start messing around with JSON and see what I could do with that. I've still hit the same sort of roadblock, but you know, this is kind of, I quite like what I've done. So starting with Kiatric's example project, I'm thinking, with permission from Kiatric, who's got somewhere, we can publish this maybe. Little tutorial that I can write. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so this is all based on touch, so you can test it on a phone. It's really nice. Shows you what scene you're using in the dialogue file, how many lines of dialogue, on which line you're currently on. Tap anywhere. You've got your text box, you've got your character names, and you have character profile images. Just click through and it does all of the things. It's also got text formatting, which is really nice. Whoop. The cables. Yeah, just click through, it's really nice. And then notice at the top we're now in the second scene in the file. The debug thing's been updated, but we're back to the first line in the second scene. And then F5 and the whole thing starts again. It's a really nice little file. This is all the JSON that's in there. All here. We're literally just using character information and line information, so it's really nice and simple. Because it's a JSON, we can't use BB code formatting, but there is a function for that. The format function goes through and replaces the round brackets with the square brackets, and whips out the break notation for a new line, so it actually does put in a proper line. Everything works quite nicely. So yeah, this is a really good little example. Got a current dialog, that's where your dialogue stuff's drawn from. The project file is loaded by our Ajax. It's really simple. But for an idiot like me who had no concept of JSON, it's actually a good way of getting into it. Plus, you know, there's a lovely little explanation file here. So yeah, great. I am very happy with this. However, this style of dialogue is not quite what I had in mind for my game. Well, not for the NPCs anyway. We need to be able to go to any NPC in the world and have it pull out the correct text. But it didn't take that much tweaking to actually change the system around. So in my file, I've got some basic functionality. The next line, I don't really need that. That was literally just for my own debugging purposes. But, you know, my super exciting project, we're this little beigey square, and we have 2 purple squares to go and speak to. The text, because I haven't been and changed anything, is exactly the same as the example file. But I've added in a little cursor here that displays at the end of the line. Again, little thing up here for debugging so I know how many lines there were. Basically, I was having a real issue in actually getting the current dialogue thing to update, so I wanted to have that there so I could see how many lines were being pulled out. Yeah, we can just flip through. I need to change that. So yeah, it is basic, but it does work. So there are a few things that need tweaking. Obviously, it takes 2 button presses to actually change the text line, which isn't ideal. It's purely because I was trying to make it so that you could only change text line when the cursor was visible. So that's one of the things we're going to try and figure out how to do today. Typewriting needs some work because currently the way Construct does typewriting as standard is the time for the typewriting effect is set, but obviously the number of characters can vary. So it basically displays however many characters in a set amount of time. So if you've got barely any characters, then it's going to be really, really slow because it's got to fill out the whole time period. If you've got loads of characters, then it'll fire them all out really quickly because it'll, you know, fill the time period quicker. But the nice thing is, switch that on pressing the button will check if you're currently displaying text through typewriter or not. So I'll display all the text at once and again move fine. Yeah, something like that. That would be really useful. Because I was also thinking about having a skip key that would do something similar. But yeah. So yeah, the other NPC has got a different scene ID and therefore picks the other scene from the file. So we could add another file, another scene, for example. So if we just... So this is the one problem with my JSON notification or notation knowledge still isn't that good, but skip key could work as just another control button. Yeah, so the idea in my head was you'd have the Z key, which is your standard interaction button, but if you wanted to skip all the text and have it load instantly, then press the X key. Or something like that, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I need to figure some bits out. This is a very, very early stage. But you know, you guys are here, and that's kind of why I'm doing. Yeah, so in the same way as we have in the example, request the new file, request the project file, load it into the JSON object. That's for my debugging, so we don't need to worry about that. When the Z key is pressed and we're overlapping an NPC, the game state starts as a blank. So if that's the case, set the scene ID, set the current scene to the scene ID that's assigned to the NPC, and set the state to dialogue. When we're in the dialogue state and the Z key is pressed, add 1 to the current dialogue and call the display function. Basically shows the dialogue layer, hides the cursor. That's just debugging, so we don't need to worry about that. Sets the name box to the character name that's listed in the JSON file, and typewriters the text correctly formatted thanks to the formatting function across 2 seconds. So if I change that to 1 second, then it would display more quickly. Well, I know there is a way to do it, but I need to look at a way to have it so the speed is constant. That's another my to-do list. Change. I think it's in the manual actually. Okay. Writer to constant speed rather than constant time. But set speed rather than set. That makes more sense. Set. There's only 2 posts. There we go. Lovely. So that's another thing to do. So yeah, we have another function down here called getNumLines, which goes through the JSON and counts how many lines there are in the current scene. And we then use that value to figure out when we should be calling the endDialog function. So when our current dialog value is the same as 1 more than the number of lines, then we call the endDialog function. If I just disable that a second. And that as well. That theory, this should now mean that we can just take one button press. Yeah. I could rely on the player, just waiting for the lines to appear and then pressing next. But if you're like me and, has a habit of button mashing, then being able to do this is not ideal. I suppose on the other hand, you can still go back and talk to the NPC, so having the whole you can't display the thing until the end of the line is not the end of the world, but would be nice. If we're in the dialogue state, actually that's the thing, yeah, let's have don't rely on players, never rely on players. Ever. So we have text box. There is running typewriter text. We are still under the Z key, yeah, so that should be there. Is running typewriter text. Finish typewriter. It could be. In my head, it should be as simple as that. It's probably not, but in my head, it should be as simple as that. Nope. Have the line fully displayed when the key is pressed for impatient players. Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want it displayed. I want some kind of typewriter because that would be quite nice. It looks. That's how I want it to appear in the actual game. I just need to figure out. It needs to be a second key press. So I wonder if we have. A local variable. Oh, hang on. We have no. Yeah, no, hang on. Yeah. Hold on, because it's all nested under here. As soon as the dialogue is displayed, obviously it's running typewriter. So it's immediately finishing it. Running typewriter text do finish and actually set text to display the complete line. Yeah. what I need to do. That was another thing that is disabled. You don't want the player moving around. That doesn't necessarily need to be a sub-event of the a bit. Eh. Yeah. Need to register a second key press for it checks this. So you've already pressed it once to display. The easiest way is another keyboard event. Yeah, so Boolean makes sense. Yeah, if it was a separate key, it would be fine. So on key pressed, X, for example. Roll that up here somewhere so I can get copy that. That into the full block. And then grab that. There. So with typewritering, and then press X to clear it to show it all. That's one way of doing it. What will be quite nice is, yeah, to have a Boolean to say whether you've picked it or not, if you wanted to keep it on the one key. And a comment so I know what that does. Commenting is fun! I'm trying to comment on literally everything I do now so that I know what I'm doing at any given moment. Using the X key. Damn it! Oh, skip dialogue as such, but display all. That's better. Nice habit to take, hard but nice. Yeah, exactly. And I didn't know. Thank you, by the way, Kiatric, for telling me about being able to use BB code and stuff in comments. I had no idea that was a thing. So, like, I can now put things up here and be like, I have a to-do list and the to-do bit is in bold. Or, this is debugging, so that's in bold. It does make life so much easier. Happio! Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Like, we can make my to-do list. Nice Skira blue. Look at that. I like it. So yeah, comment to your friends, peeps. Always use comments if you can. Cool clip to have. Yeah, exactly. I need to go through and make some tip clips because I'm feeling like last year we did the 12 tips of Christmas. I'm thinking of doing a similar thing this year, only hopefully by then I'll have 12 tip clips to actually be able to show. So that's an idea. If we have a little local Boolean. I think how best to make this work. Yeah, because I tried. The idea I had in my head. At these bits. Was having a separate state which was called dialogue wait. So when the typewriter text had elapsed, the wait thing would come up. Use Trello or something similar for planning this project. Currently, I just have a lot of spreadsheets with my own scribblings in. I feel like I should have something like a Trello. I have toyed with this idea. There's also the... I wouldn't really call it planning, but there's the forum and the blog. But no, I don't really have anything other than my own scribblings. I have a book. I have an actual book that I've been writing stuff down in. Admittedly, it's harder to share a book other than the people in the office than a Trello board is, so I would be open to having both. Trello's interesting, but doesn't scale very well. I've only used Trello for, like, collaborating with someone else. It was a very small project. I've never used it, for something on this scale. And with Trello, like, if I put stuff on a Trello, would people external to that be able to come and comment on it or just see how I'm doing? Yeah, I am a sucker for a good notepad. I love stationery. Don't know why, just do. I have far too many notebooks that have nothing in them. Can make it public. Well, maybe I should do that then. I can look at things, I can then publish all the stuff that I'm working on and bits and pieces, and if people have comments they can do that. That might be an idea. You can edit on it. Okay, I'll have a look. If that's something of interest to people. Tried Trello, but for a physical A4 notebook. Yep, completely agree. Completely agree. I have a lovely big A4 notepad that's got lots of different mechanics all written down on different pages, and I've got notes of how to do it, and I'm even writing like event sequences out in my head, like from my brain onto the paper to try and figure out if they make sense. And then I have my squared paper for designing levels and stuff. So yeah, paper, I love paper. Yeah, that's what I found. Trello's great to a point, but it does require a fair bit of work to make it as good as it could be. Different paragraph. Okay. Excuse me while I take a drink. 2 different boards, yeah. I know Trello can get out of hand very quickly. Yeah, you're absolutely right, TechBugs North. It's so easy to have a piece of paper and go scribble, scribble, scribble. Does this make sense? Or I'm drawing a picture. This is what it should look like. How on earth do I program this? Yeah, yeah. Paper. Yeah, in theory. When we want that, yeah. Set the visibility of that to visible. Oh, maybe that's how we do it. Oh, that's an idea. In display. Yeah. Did use it internally before C3 release. Migrated to GitHub issues after a while though. Yeah. I did wonder whatever happened to that Trello. Right, what am I doing? I had an idea. I had an idea in my head. Damn it. When we call display dialog, we only call the function when we're in the dialog state. Fine. Yeah, you kind of want... maybe. Plan. Plan. Let's move that. No idea if this is going to do what I think it's going to do, but I'm going to try. 'Cause, 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 Move that out as there as sub event. Or just not even have it on the key press. Copied everything into GitHub closables. That yeah, fair enough. No. Yeah, I'm not on a Mac anymore. Ah! Use the control key again! Oh! Problem with switching between keyboards. Sorry, I've said this before. But then, because I'm using a Windows keyboard on a Mac, because I have an external keyboard, I end up going to the Alt key. And I'm like, why doesn't this do anything? Ooh, idea. To start dialogue. Do that. Then that paste. This is the problem. I now think everything can be solved with states. So, at the end of that, we set its dialogue weight. That comes out. Go under Z key. Right. Ah! No, none of this makes sense in my head. Or I think it makes sense in my head, and I'm like, well, no, maybe not. Let me add. Type writer delay. Font. Add another condition. Is boolean. I haven't done a boolean. Where are we? There. I want type writer delay is equal to 1. I should have done this as a boolean, but never mind. Actually, yeah. Let's do it. Edit. Boolean. Okay. That's my X thing. That's that. Doesn't know used. Oh! Ha! Oh, I like that name. No idea, mate. Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Let's put for that because I don't need that. That's okay. What was I doing? Boolean. That's what I've done. Boolean. Where's my typewriter? Copy that. Paste that in under here. Now, if it is running typewriter text and typewriter delay is set to true, then we can finish the typewriter on the keys on the press. So rather than this, toggle that as disabled for now. We call display dialog. When we call display dialog, get rid of that. Disabled. Set visibility visible, invisible, that's fine. Add action. Sub event. I don't even know if I need the sub event, but I'm gonna put it in anyway. Wait. Wait for 1 second. Action. System. Set boolean. Typewriter delay to true. And here, set that to false. Make sure set it to false before calling the function again. No idea if this is going to do what I want, but we'll give it a try. Nope, cool. Can't even do anything now. Lovely. Oh, that's why. I didn't change that back. There is no start dialogue state. Hey! Nope. Okay. Ooh! Sketchy Times! In with the bits, you absolute star! Welcome to the stream! Trying to make a game in Construct and hope I can learn something from watching this channel. I'm more skilled in graphics. Well, I hope you learn stuff too. I am not the most talented person in Construct in the world. I figured it was about time I learned how to use the software, so I'm not starting in the best way and making an RPG, because, you know, that's a great place to start. So currently I am trying to figure out a JSON-based dialogue system for some NPC characters. I've got some basic functionality, we just need to add a bit more in. So we've now got a key. If you press the Z key, you start the interaction, start to display text. If you press the X key, then you display all the text instantly, which is nice, it works well. But I need to make it so that you can't just spam your way through the text. Ooh, I wonder. Add another condition. Bet. I wonder if that'll do it. Ah, it does! That's all I needed to do! Oh my god! Ah, my overthinking habit strikes again. Which, oh man, that's, I don't even need the boolean, I don't need any of this rubbish. Delete. Delete. Oh wait, I've already done delete for that, but that's now not going to do anything. Yeah. Okay, well, at least I can't spam through, so that's a good start. Is running typewriter text is a boolean, yeah. So that's fine, that's all I needed. Don't need the dialogue wait state. Delete. Delete. This is fine. And screw them, they can press a button and skip the text. I've taken time. I mean, I haven't because this is your file, Kietric, but you know, I have taken the time to write this text. You're gonna read it. Or if you don't want to, press another button. I like that. That makes me happy. Woo! We did a thing! Right. Means that. Done. Oh, I like that. I think in terms of usability, that's the best. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. And you could do it on a... I just need to think about buttons on a gamepad. Maybe one of the triggers or something. Don't know. Ah, right. In that case, I don't need that. Goodbye. Yes. Not anymore. Woohoo! Beat. Yeah, still displays full text no matter what without frustrating the player. Exactly! Who knows, these NPCs might have something useful to say. Unlikely, but you never know. Alright. So. What we need is another thing here. I'm gonna group all these functions so I can just hide them. Functions! In you go. Collapse. Lovely. Taka Taka, welcome to the stream. You, the player, hammering the A button to skip the conversation. I'll explain that there's another button for them to press. I don't care. It'll be one of the first dialogues they talk about. If you want to skip the text, press X, otherwise tough. Right, what am I doing? States, that's what I'm doing. Add event. Compare variable. If game state is equal to dialogue. I pressed the quotation marks there. Add action. Player. Stable tile movement. Another event. If the state that stable tile movement done. So do they do what I want them to do? Probably. So look. We can't run away whilst we're talking to someone, which is great. No being rude. Cool, that's another thing to cross off the to-do list. Yes. Boom. Okay, so we have 2 more things to do on the to-do list for this project. Change the typewriter speed, or change the typewriter setting to a set speed as opposed to a set time. That's going to involve some maths, and I think I'm going to have to look at the manual because there is something in there about it, but I don't remember. And then we'll look at allowing an NPC to pick from multiple scenes. 100% how I'm going to do that, but we'll figure something out. So, let's just head to construct.net because this is where you find the manual. Manual is your friend. Plugins. Text. Is. Don't want BB code. Is. Typewriter. Text. No. Typewriter, that's what I want. That. Copy. Characters per second instead of an overall time for the time. Okay, let's try that. Let's see if that makes How is the basalt column biome coming along, Nepio? I'm assuming he's talking about wings. Wings? You did call it wings, right? Or have you renamed it so it doesn't sound quite so much like an aeroplane game? Sometimes, you know, you need sleep. Oh yeah, it's in the function, isn't it? Functions. Oh yeah, there we go. Paste. Well. Don't know if that's gonna work, but see. It is still cool wings. Nope. That is definitely not right. Oh lordy. No. Bracket that. Trying to decide on the hashtag. Apparently Wings game is used by some American football team. Fair enough. What about is it a what kind of is it called Voxel? Is that the kind of game? Nope, definitely not right. Len even mean. Math. Number of characters in a text string. Voxel is volume pixel. Yeah, okay. I thought so. Is that? It is voxel based. Yeah. I would say call it voxel hashtag. I don't know, voxel wings, but that almost sounds like a new car. Right. That's clearly not right. So let's try NPC X. Stop it. Stop plain text. Over 10. Nope. No. Set speed. Let me look at... Yeah, there are no problems. Oh, there. Okay, cool. Wings Voxel Astro. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I like Vings. Hashtag Vings is quite cool. Vings is used by an English football team. Right, it's 10 characters. What are you trying to do? Basically, if you look at the way typewriter works, the speed is dependent on how many characters there are, which is not what I want. What you want is a set speed, and the time to display the characters varies. I thought was what this said, but I'm not in characters per second instead of an overall time. That's a fixed value. Into the text to set the object's content to over time. Maybe I should just go off and make a football game. Yeah, but there are other people who've made better football games than me, so... Maybe I'll make a football creature to be in this game. Oh, wait, unless you're talking to Nepio. In that case, yeah, Nepio, go make a football game. Or implement football into Wings. Then your hashtags will be totally appropriate. Yeah, because the parameters for the typewriter are text and duration, so I'm not entirely sure where I put this function. Calculation to do X number of characters per second. Not entirely sure where that goes, because it says, yeah, set the text over time by starting with an empty string and gradually adding characters until the full text is written out. Over duration specified in seconds. Yeah, you put that in duration. Yeah, apparently using an expression like that for the time, which should write out 10 characters per second regardless of the length of the string. Duration is the number of characters of the line over 10. I know this has been a talked about thing before, and I don't know 100% how to wrap my head around it. I might skip that. Back to that in a bit. One NPC object to pick from multiple scenes. So it's set current scene to NPC scene ID. You could store multiple scene IDs in the NPC object and get it to choose. You'd have a 50% chance. or perhaps have another time spoken to variable starts out as 0. One shall. Scene ID 2. Probably isn't the most elegant way to do things, but NPC current scene is scene ID plus NPC spoken to. Yeah, but I don't want... If I did have that, and you add one every time you spoke to it, you'd end up just going through all of the NPC text, which is quite what I need. So I'm thinking if it's... You've got two options. Scene ID and Scene ID 2. Where are we? NPC per instance variable. If time spoken to is equal to 0, set it to scene ID. But greater than 0, set it to scene ID 2. Let's stick that in as 1, just because I can't be bothered to write any more JSON stuff at the moment. So if we now go and speak to... Actually, I'm going to just quickly look at variables, bits and pieces. Yeah. There we go. So current dialogue is always set to -1. Scene is 0. That is a good point. I have not. In dialogue, add action. You see. Yeah, going too far. Where are we? Okay. Add to there. See. Those to the watch tab. And those to the watch tab. Okay. That's fine. Keep clicking through. Yep, that's fine. Cool. Time spoken to is 1. So, scene ID. So current scene should now get set to 1. Yeah! I like it. Cool. So actually... Ooh. That's a way I could deal with keepers. So... in my game, keepers are the equivalent of Pokemon trainers. So they will challenge you to fights, blah, and, you know, go forth, send out your creatures, see who wins. Now, you want them to say different things depending on if you've battled them or not. So this might actually help. This sort of thing. So if you have, on a keeper object in my game, you could have another instance variable which says... you know, has battled, yes, no. And then you pick the scene ID appropriately. Then maybe at some point I'll figure out a cooldown and you can rebattle people, but maybe I'll just have a training zone where you can go and train things up. Don't know. Gotta think about this kind of thing, but that actually would work well. So instead of maybe rather than time spoken to you, just have a boolean that says, have you spoken to them or not? Yes. Then pick this text. If you haven't, then pick this text. And for my own sanity, I'd probably put another thing in here, probably. Just to keep track of what number the dialogue is. Or what number the scene is, I should say. Wouldn't even... Actually, it could just go in as a comment. You can comment JSON files, can't I? Or is it JSONs that don't take comments? I'm thinking of XML. Ah! I will figure out a way to do it. Even if I just keep the data in an Excel spreadsheet, which is kind of what I'm doing with everything else. Because I love a good spreadsheet. I like that, so... Well, you have two... Ooh, yeah, that could work. Then had rebattleable keepers. Another boolean. Which states whether they are rebattleable. And if you have battled them, but they are rebattleable, they pull a different text out. Ah, this could be fabulous. Okay, so we've done that. Literally the only thing now to do is the typewriter speed. That is the only thing that I'm trying to figure out and failing miserably. No wonder. That a second. That. What did we say was len? Brackets. That. Close brackets. No, because you want it as plain text and it's got formatting stuff in it. The 10. That's better. So 10 seconds is a lot, is slow. 5. Oh, no. Plus, okay. By 20? Yeah, I realise it's slower. I'm going the wrong way. That's better. Yay! That's how you do it. Yeah, cool. That's what I wanted. Woohoo! That makes me very happy. Save. Excellent. Yeah, you just need to set the text to the actual thing and it works quite nicely. Hurrah! You know what it means? My to-do list is done. Boom. So, I've got to 32 characters. Yeah. I do think this is just a basic, you know, let's see if it works. But yeah, 32 is a good number. Because obviously you don't want it to take so long that the players are insistent on, you know, skipping. But yeah, I like that. That makes me happy. Save, because if I lose this I'll cry. Cool. Right. Okay, so I'm going to close this for now. Okay, now I think the next logical thing to do is to somehow crowbar this system into my game. It's going to be fun. So let's open up the file for now. We can see where we're at. Then I will take a quick break and we'll jump right in. Right, now. Yes, because the last time, last week, I'm quite proud of myself. For starters, there are now comments on literally everything. But... Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's what I have to do. Yes, all of my dialogues in this currently are all closed based on a wait signal thing, which is not ideal. So that's going to have to change. So we're going to need to do a lot of work on the existing text system as well. But I do... Do I have that? Sorry, I'm jumping about a bit, I know. Where's my redesign function? Yes, suddenly I have many functions and this makes me very happy. Oh baby, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing alright. Yeah, the non-random rotate NPCs basically, you know, change directions in a set pattern. And there was about 7 or 8 different functions for this, and I realised I could condense it all into 2, and I'm very happy with this. Yeah, I did a lot of condensing with functions. So yeah. Functions looks a lot nicer. Read sign wherever I put that. Did I put it? Find event 99. And that one. There it is. Yeah, there's the typewriter text. So okay, I think I know how I can sort this out. Oh yeah, that's the... Oh yeah, oh god. Okay, right. Before I go any further, I'm going to take a quick break. And then we'll tackle some of the things that are a bit broken in our existing text systems before we start adding new ones. Oh yeah. I've got to go into the Streamlabs this for a little bit. Oh, never mind. Okay. Be right back, guys. Grab a drink. Those legs will be a few minutes. Alrighty, let's jump back in. Comfortable with delay. There we go. No idea, mate. Is now hard. Cool. Right. Let's get back in. All right. So currently, I'm gonna. Where did I leave my player? There. Perfect. Do a little bit of a demo. Show you some things that are a little broken in the game that we need to sort out before we add new bits. Did we? There's a sign. Okay. So, you know, signs. Again, most people are just going to be looking at the sign and going, okay, I'm going to read this now. Fine. However, you can guarantee someone's going to do something like this. Be like, I feel like I shouldn't be able to do this. Or, we're not overlapping it there. That's interesting. But we are there. So, yeah, we need to do something about that, because I believe it doesn't work that way on the NPCs. Oh, it does there. That's okay. That breaks things. So we need to do a bit of fixing of stuff on the interaction system. Let me see. Set paths. Yes, that's the other thing, is I now have a separate group. There's now a separate object type for the battleable keepers as opposed to the NPCs. This is largely because... see if I can read that. Fun thing with the tile movement behavior. And also why there's now a whole bunch more mover objects here. But basically, if you have an object with the tile movement behavior, it can push other objects. I think they also have to have the tile movement behavior, but it can push other objects. And all my NPCs, up until this point, had the persist behavior. I'm not going to be able to make this work now, probably. There we go. And unfortunately, when these had persist, this poor chap was frequently just walking into a wall for the rest of his life. Which is not ideal. So, I split them out. I've tried to stop this happening with more movers to set them back onto the right path, but obviously he missed one. But because he's an NPC object and not a keeper object now, when we go back, he's back in his right place because the location is not persisting, which is great. So, yeah, I need to add some more movers by the looks of things. There. So, I think we want one probably there. That'll need to move down. So hopefully that will stop it happening. But yes, so keepers and NPCs are now separate objects. Bit annoying, but never mind. So let's see. That's the interruption. Set the walking state, which is done. Somewhere here. Right. That's it, yes. The initiate direction is right. Is now that's interesting. That shouldn't have happened with. Just debug a second. You're definitely not overlapping there. That's fine. That's interesting. My things appear to have stopped. Why? Have you stopped working? Huh. Highly sure why we're in the talking state. Right, that's there. Oh, that was very weird. Oh. Excuse me. Right. That was weird. Live debugging at its finest. You need to go, because Dave here causing problems. I dropped you in for testing. Not actually supposed to be there. Let's go back to the residential zone, because I know that one. Isn't the word mostly? Pop you down by the static. Yeah. Cool, right. So, now that's interesting. That shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be able to talk to him from there. I think we need to change the collisions. Door collision box. Full size. So let's make it fairly drastic. Oh, okay. You have to have a minimum of 3 points. Fair enough. Right. I want 8. 8. 8. 8. Come on. You. And 8. Come on. Don't be a pain. Okay. Cool. That's better. Oh, that needs to also change. Yeah, so I need to switch the That needs to go on my to-do list. I should have a separate event sheet just for to-do items. Do. Oop. A comment. Long running. Do list. So we need to change collision boxes on all empty objects and signs to stop. Oh, it looks like it's your destiny, Nepio. Make a football game. It's what the world wants you to do. Interaction locations. I hope he doesn't. No, Wings does look very cool as it is. So a game about flying around a procedural world of Sky Islands playing football. That sounds great. Make it a mini game. So we want to add the J for M and keepers. Probably more to do's, but that will do for a minute. Alright, let's go and change. This is probably best to do in the object bank. Which is in here somewhere. A miscellaneous. Go. Okie dokie. Start with you. So, set the bounding box. 8, 8. Everything's done based on 8s anyway, so this shouldn't break anything too severely. Right, so all animations, that's the one thing I didn't do on the static one. Okay. Bounding box. 8. Considering the ones I've drawn myself are actually bigger, having the thing still set to the center should be fine. Work with golf. Yeah, it could do if you're, you know, on various Sky Islands and you can back your golf ball between islands. That'd be kind of fun. You can see where I've changed the bounding box on this one. Oh god, what is this going to mess up? Ooh. At least I can change it all. I haven't got too many animations in yet, so this won't be too awful if I have to change it. No. And I've got different sized animations as well, which is good because obviously I think the the same size. Right, she's 16 by 20. And she's 16 by 20, but not quite that tall. So yeah, I'm gonna have different sized NPCs. So we need to see if the center thing works for all. Time to cook. See you later. All right, Taka, thank you for being here once again. It's been lovely to have you. I hope you cook up something lovely. Enjoy your afternoon. Right. Static one is the last one. Oh, no. Apply that to all animations. I love I've still got the signs in here. I really shouldn't. Given that signs now have their own thing. Delete. Delete. Of all of this. Cool. Sign, do the same again. 8. Animations. Haven't got any keepers in yet, so let's just see if that fixes a few bits. Nope. Something. Good. Oh, hello, why have you stopped? Interesting. Definitely broken. That part. Well, up in your idle position, that's not right. I assume she's reached the mover. Yep, she definitely has. Downs. It's like clearly not working with these. What's going on with the other one? Is she broken? Yes. Lovely, so I need to fix that. I don't know why that's suddenly broken. Probably something that's... I probably moved some code around inadvertently when I created the keepers. Back to the to-do list. Figure out why set path NPCs are now broken. Well, they're saying that, weren't the ones in research absolute icebox? Let's pop you down there. Next layer, please. Look. Nope, definitely broken. Cool, okay, good to know. I do. That's why I have not done anything. Huh. Oh. Oh, that's what I've done. Ha! So the whole, easy way to break things, don't change anything. Yeah, so, seemingly, my things must never be overlapping. They just get into the idle state. See if the timer actually ever starts. Pause. Set path NPC. Where are we? There. Yeah. Yeah, the timer never starts. The idle state. Okay. Let me look at my movers. This may be a thing that... and they have a very small... Okay. Let's undo all the animations editor changes. Does that now work again? Let's hope you load the right thing. Did I put the player? There. Yep, fixed it. Cool. So that needs to be altered. Can't talk to him there, which is good. Can't talk to him. I feel like maybe it's just the items and signs that I can change. The signs currently have a thing that doesn't even matter about your direction, so that needs to be fixed. Yeah. Could I adapt the interaction wherever I put that? Right now, because it's all about sprites and these don't really have any of that. Yeah, this needs to be different. Am I still working on the dialogue system? I have got my dialogue system. I was going to actually put it into my game, but I realised that my existing systems need tweaking before I can. I can show you what we've done. If you like, Morning Bird, welcome to the stream, by the way. Lovely to have you here. Right, that needs... Yes, basically I like to build things in little projects before integrating them into the big project. So mostly so I can wrap my head around how I make things work. But I will show you. It's very simple. Like the project itself is, you know, really, really elaborate. We have 2 NPCs. We are the little beige block. You press a Z key and you get a little dialogue system that comes up. If you don't want to watch the typewriter, you can press the X key, it immediately displays, and you can go to the next line. The bit of the JSON that we pull out, so the text is dictated by a variable that's stored in the NPC. We also have a system in place where if you've spoken to the NPC more than once, you can trigger different dialogue. So it's quite... I don't want to say basic because I'm quite happy with it, but I can quickly walk you through the event sheet. We have a JSON file that we load at the start of the layout and store it into the JSON objects using Ajax. These things just literally... we'll add a comment in there because comments are your friends. Enable and disable tile movement to ensure the player cannot leave the NPC in the middle of a conversation. Okay. So actually, yeah, I should put the Z key stuff above the X key, really. Up you go. So the Z key is our main interaction key. If the key is pressed and the player is overlapping an NPC, we check the game state. If it's blank, we check how many times we've spoken to the NPC and we set the current scene accordingly. Then we set the state to dialogue so we can actually start calling the text out from the JSON file. And you can only call a new line of dialogue when the previous one has finished displaying, so we're no longer running typewriter text. We have another thing here which just says if the current dialogue number, so the dialogue number is the line from the JSON file. If that is more than the total number, then we end the dialogue. And yeah, we have the X key, which just says if we're running typewriter text and we're overlapping an NPC, when we press the X key, finish typewriter, make sure the text is set properly. Play a little cursor to make it look good. And these are our functions down here. Eventually, I do plan on writing a tutorial for this, so I will kind of explain it better than I am currently. Because I'll kind of have more time to think about it and I'm not ad-libbing. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this turns out. It's different to the model I use for signposts already. How would you integrate other variables, say end of the world started equals true, override standard dialogue? I'm not sure. I'm planning on using... So, there's going to be like 3 different systems for dialogue in this game that all do slightly different things. Probably really stupid, but hey, I'm new to this. So already we have... where is it? It's getting quite large now. We have an array system for signposts. So every single signpost has a unique bit of text. It will never change. Therefore, store it in an array and just call out as we need to based on some instance variables stored in the signpost object. Then this JSON system that I've got here is going to be used for non-story based NPCs. So they're not that important. They're not going to have anything that really changes. So I don't know yet how I'd implement things like other variables. I have seen people do it with functions, and I think with the new function system in Construct 3, what you could probably do is store the name of a function as a variable in the JSON file, map that to the actual function, and then you can call the function by the string from the JSON file, if that makes sense. Again, it's not something I've tried yet. I'm slowly progressing through things. So, because I would quite like to have some kind of branching dialogue eventually, but that does take a lot more understanding, and my understanding of JSON is very limited currently. I'm still learning. I have no idea how construct works. Fair enough. Once you start getting your head around things, it gets quite easy to use. There are some quirks that I've struggled with, but yeah, I'm really enjoying using it. I have no coding background at all, no programming lol. Blech, words, I can't even speak today. No programming logic, any of that. All I've just taught myself and had the help of my wonderful, wonderful community. We've done a lot of co-op coding on these streams. Yeah, it's been a really interesting experience. I started doing these streams, probably about in July, I think, and I can give you a quick run through of what we've got so far in the game. It needs a bit of tweaking because I changed things halfway through, but we've got NPCs that just pull out a bit of text. We've got item spawns that pull random items from tables. We've got different kinds of NPC movements, so we've got ones that follow a set path, ones that kind of just mooch around on their own, and apparently occasionally get stuck on walls. Random encounter systems, also using a plugin from Construct. So from a complete beginner to being able to do this in a relatively short space of time. Oh, and transitions. I'm quite proud. There's gamepad control and keyboard control, so if you've never used Construct and are curious, I would say just jump in and try and build something, because you would be surprised how much you could achieve. A few weeks ago we did a sort of a mini jam on stream because I had to fit it in around some meetings, so I had an hour's stream and we set ourselves the challenge of how much game can we build in 45 minutes. And it wasn't fancy, had no artwork, but I built a very small RPG where you could beat enemies, earn experience, and level up. Good. But yes, before I start implementing new text things, I've decided it was probably a good idea to try and clean up some of my existing stuff, because where I've not had a clue how to do things, it's been a case of, right, I'll just stick in a placeholder and I'll sort that out later. Well, unfortunately, now it's later, and I need to figure this stuff out. So... that actually might still work if we change the signposts' collision boxes. Have I done that? Or did I undo it all? We undid it all. Oh, so... yeah, that needs... no. It does need to be... a little bit. So, if we have something such as this, state is not equal to talking. Yeah, I wonder. Movement direction is right. Let's have a sub-event. Pull that into there. That into there. Another sub-event under that. That one. That one. There. Might tidy things up a little bit. Yeah, so when the Z key's pressed, we're not in the talking state, movement direction is right, and then we pick one of these things and we pick the right function. This seems like a much better idea. We need another sub-event, which is... copy that. Don't want that, we want signpost. Please. In which case, actually, we probably could do the initiate interaction. But the state to call is... yeah, we'll just do it with the read sign, because you should be facing the sign. Set state talking. Grab that. Pull that. There. So, overlapping, so we should be looking right. Stable this quickly. Ow. Please pick the right thing. Good. Hopefully, now, we should only be able to actually look at the sign if we're facing right. That's good. Aha! Good. What about this one? Excellent. Lovely. That works nicely. So I just need to tweak. That can be gotten rid of. That one. There we go. I will tweak my comments in a minute. That goes there. Lovely. Right. So yeah, this is tidying things up. This is all part of the refactoring and actually figuring out how things work in construct, which means I can reduce my events drastically. So hooray! So we want a blank sub-event underneath left, pull that down, pull that into there. Another blank sub-event, we can move the left keeper stuff up. One more blank sub-event. Drag that down. Nope. Going to be -8. Delete that. Okay. Right's done. Left's done. Need down. Oh, accidentally trying to rearrange my columns, which is not particularly helpful. Right. Put into there. One more blank sub-event. Drag that down. Now that should be 0, 8, I believe, for down. Yep, lovely. Oh, I forgot the camp battle bit. those two. And again, sub events. Blank sub event. That's a -8. Oh, no, do not function that. Now we can get rid of that. There we go, that's all those events condensed into less. Hooray! Delete. Theory should now not be able to read signs from weird positions. Like here. Perfect! Oh, except that's not right. Be able to move. Maybe we put the state thing into the sign function. Cut that. Where's my sign function? I'll put it there. Space. Yeah, better place for it. Just toggle those as disabled. Yeah, I forget you can right click and find functions and things. Yeah, go to function. So does that mean... Nope, that's not right either. It should have... Player states. I need... Oh. But should be activated. I actually got chosen thing. Yeah, standard key. Oh, because there's a space in there. That disables the group properly. Nope. Okay. May just be easier to do by disabling tile movement. But I will. What it used to be, and I don't know why I changed it. Tried to be fancy by disabling groups and bits and pieces, but tile movement set to listen to default controls. It shouldn't be. Oh yeah. Object bank. Where is my player? Oh. Of course he's not in the object bank because he's a global object. Move. No. I thought I'd turned off default controls. Oh, it's probably just because I've not got the group labelled properly. Because I redid all of my control groups. So where the movement and everything was all in like one big group, I've changed a lot of things. Oh, that doesn't exist, does it? Duh. That should be standard keyboard directions. That's why it's not working. Player states. Not inputs, it should be chosen input and directions. I believe. So yeah, standard gamepad directions, standard keyboard directions. You should still be able to press the buttons. Is the plan. If you disable the whole group, you can't do anything. There we go. Oh. Oh yeah, because I haven't got it named correctly to reactivate either. There. Delete that. Frag. Yeah. Activated, please. Thank you very much. Lovely. Yeah, because I decided I wanted to... At some point there needs to be a menu where players can decide whether they're using the keyboard, whether they're using the gamepad. And at some point I've got the things here to assign custom controls, so that's going to be another group down here. So yeah, they'll end up being a group which is custom, or probably CUS keyboard and CUS gamepad. We can disable those groups as well, and they'll all be I might write that down. So standard keyboard, standard gamepad, custom keyboard, and custom gamepad. Does help you spell the word keyboard correctly. Wow. There we go. Lovely. Yek board. Yeah, no R's. That was a bit weird. Didn't quite know how. Like, missing it in one word is bad enough. Missing it in both, that's terrible. Ah. There we go. Ah, there's some more to do things here. I'm gonna cut that. Wait for now. Dump that in my to-do list. Oh, no, please don't. Paste. Okay, oh yeah, Z ordering, that's a thing. Player currently is above NPC's head. Might be able to do that with just the layering and move the NPCs onto a higher layer, but we'll see. Tweak. Follow our NPC some more. I've organized that. Done. Yeah, change text list buttons. That's list. NPCs I've fixed because I had to put in things because you can't toggle the persist behavior. Get rid of that for now because it's going to be different. Can't be bothered to change to aid directional movement. I will just put in more NPC movers in case I do move any NPCs where they shouldn't be. Also, it's actually quite hard to push a tile movement NPC off its path. Like, you have to do it at exactly the right moment, so I feel going in and changing the entire movement system is a bit extreme. Add a full system for customizable controls, menus, options. The rest of it's all kind of just, yeah, well, that's the important things for right now. Cool. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good lot of things to be working on. I think that actually now might be fixed. I just need to do the item box actually. Yeah, because if you stand next to the NPC facing the wall, I believe you can find the item. Yes, which we don't want. Things that don't move. Do randomize spawn. I'm gonna need to think of a way to. Well, I need people to test this. Actually, done more things. Up. Occasionally, when you press tab to type in the Y coordinate box, it doesn't necessarily change. Oh, that's a thing. Hang on. I set paths a minute. Base is overlapping the mover. Fine. You replace that with the base. Base. But when the player actually interacts with them, I'll put that. Yeah. Overlapping the sprites. That should work. So now, if we just change the collision point, visual editors make code logic look scary. Yeah, I guess, but for someone who's never done text, I mean, like, I find that scary. I've never done text-based languages, and I know that's quite simple. Like, I had a program to do dialogue things, and it produces a big JSON file, and I looked at it and just went, I have no idea what to do with any of this, and I want to cry when it gave me the export. So I guess depending on which side you start with, if you know text, it's fine. If you know visual like I do, then it kind of, you're on the other side of the... Right, so yes. I think if we make sure it's just this one that's 8.8, then we might get away, because the actual box should still have the thing. So I might need to move that down slightly rather than 8. I'll leave it for now. What happens? So there. Go see if we can talk to her at a random position. We should still work on the base. Get there. Turn around. Get to the next one. Turn around. Lovely. At least she still works, so that's something. Shouldn't be able to talk to her there. My movement direction should be down, and we shouldn't be overlapping. Play a sprite. Until she comes back here. Movement direction is down. Oh, too high. There. Yeah, we shouldn't be able to talk to her there. Okay, I need to look at some collision boxes. Oh, those are working. That. This. Actually, that's because it's a 16 by 20 sprite rather than 16 by 16. Let's move these down to 10. What a large amount of my stuff has been just messing about with collision stuff. Nope, still does it. Okay, cool. Well, I need to... that out. Also, she texted. Oh, no. Of course not. So should... all the text in there. Her name? I think where I've done some refactoring, I've broken things. Hooray! What a surprise. Function is overworld global function. So many functions. Could be there. I don't know. That's more things that are broken. Oh, hello. I didn't want to close that. How dare you? check into support function. Next, may not display correctly. Ah, well. It may not have gone into the game, but I am happy we at least got the JSON system sorted for me to put in the game when I fixed a few things. At least I fixed my signs. That makes change the start. I didn't go and check the item box. No, you can't find it there anymore. Good. Excellent. One thing I'm wondering. So the base is solid, isn't it? Yeah, you are solid, so no, it's not that. Up. Not offset the base. Shouldn't be. The set part base. Nope, it's on the right sprite. Joke, well. That's just going to take some messing around with stuff. Maybe. Hey, what's the last thing? Yeah, it's play a sprite. I'm not sure on this one. This is a little weird as far as collisions go, and I need to figure out why and what I can change to make those not trigger there. I mean, at least she doesn't break. If it does trigger there, it's just a little weird. Oh yeah, see, I nearly pushed her out of the way. Yeah, interesting the text doesn't apply it. Also, I don't quite know why she turns right there. She doesn't talk to me? Okay, anyway. Oh, I broke her. Oops. Yeah, I definitely did some things when I did my refactor, so. Much testing for me! Hooray! I won't make you lot sit and watch that, because that will be... That and it's nearly 3:30 anyway, which means it is basically time for me to wrap up the stream. That, because I know what I'm doing. Yeah, it's been an interesting afternoon. We have built out the JSON system which we're going to use for the NPCs. Boring story-based NPCs. It will at some point make it into the game. I don't quite know when. I've got a lot of other things to figure out first. But it will get there. And I will write a tutorial about JSON 3. Hopefully you guys find that useful. What are we playing on Thursday? We are not playing Foxyland 2. We had a bit of a disaster on last Thursday. The game I was going to play, I believe there was I remember it having a demo, and we looked it up, and there definitely is a version of this game that was made in Construct 2. Unfortunately, the final version was made in Unity, and I feel like I can't really play that on stream because it comes with a big letter saying made in Unity. So, I was debating maybe the next Penelope because I wanted to choose a game. So I think I'm feeling next Penelope on Thursday. Now the next Penelope was definitely made in Construct. It was a game called Coloro. And I believe the guys who made Coloro are now making... I can't remember what it's called. They're making a really lovely looking RPG, and I'm fairly sure that's in Construct, so I'm not entirely sure what happened to that, but whatever. Yes, I'm thinking Lex Penelope on Thursday. I like a bit of a racing game. I'm not the best at top-down racing games, but we'll give it a go because it's always looked really, really good. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Basically, I could not get on with Foxyland 2. We played it for about half an hour, and I made no progress, so we knocked that one on the head. We did go and play a game on itch.io actually last week, which was good. I annoyingly can't remember what it was called. Infiad, maybe? It won some prizes for pixel art and stuff. It was really nice. There was a quote, and I can't remember what the quote was. But something about, you know, being destroyed by lasers looked cute. And by the way, for my moderators, in order to add quotes, it is ! Add quote, and I assume you then write the quote afterwards. I don't know. Add quote to one word. But yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, so we had a little rummage around itch.io and I played that, and it was quite addictive. But anyway, I have rattled on long enough. It's time for me to say goodbye. Thank you so much, Techbox North, Kiatric, Nepio, for being here. Thank you very much, Morningbird, for dropping in. It's been lovely to have you here. Thank you to Sketchy Times for those 22 bits. It was much appreciated. Oh, baby, still lurking. Thank you for being here. It's much appreciated. There you go. I can probably go in and edit the quote to change the game, but we shall see. That's how you add quotes, so we can do quotes now. So yes, I will see you guys on Thursday for some next Penelope. Have a good afternoon, have a good Wednesday, and I will see you Thursday. Bye bye, guys!